Cornwall Hospice Care branded June Donation Month, and what a success it was. You were brilliant clearing out your houses during lockdown, and as a result we've received 50,000 bags and boxes of donated items. At the Holmbush Drive-Through Donation Centre here in St Austell alone, 1,723 cars came through in June, and 70% of you signed up for gift aid, which means the government will give us 25% more on what we get for the item that you have given us. So if we sell something of yours for £10, we'll get £12.50. Thank you. But we're getting rather full now. In fact, we're nearly bursting at the seams. Nearly, but not quite. And now we need to establish the van route so we can get all these lovely goods out to those shops that have opened. And joining me now is Fraser Hopkins, who's our head of retail.
Oh, Tamsin.
Fraser, what's your reaction to Donation Month?
Well, I suppose. I mean, it's almost lost for words, which everybody will tell you is quite unusual. For me, it's been phenomenal. We have had such a response, and we are incredibly grateful to everybody who's donated to us from the beginning of June onwards. It's been a tremendous success across the county. So we are exactly where we wanted to be. There is a huge amount of stuff that we've had, and obviously we've got to have accommodation for that. We are in an unusual position. Most retailers, as they've started to reopen, are able to turn their supply chain back on. The stock goes into the store, out it goes. For the safety of our staff, of our customers and our volunteers, we're following the government guidelines which say you need to embargo stock for 72 hours. That's fine, we completely agree with and are adhering to that. It does just add us another complexion to what we're doing. So we need to have storage space that we can hold those items safely. They come in, they're put to one side, they're dated, and they're not then processed for 72 hours. That's meant that we can only receive goods in certain locations across the county. It means that we can't revert to our normal system of having the doors of our shops open and people bringing them direct to store. That's a change for us as an organisation and for our teams, and also it's a big change for the public, and we know that, and we're extremely grateful that people have been able to carry on donating as they have.
Now, we have been running mobile donation stations, so vans that have appeared in towns and villages for people to take their donations to, but that's stopping. Why?
Well, the honest answer is we've had such a good response. We're going to take a breather. We need to be able to look at the stock that we've got. We need to, once we've had our 72-hour embargo, we need to be able to process that stock. And then we're just starting to reopen our stores. We're hoping that everybody will come back to us and start buying it, and we can get that whole system moving again. The vans were always an extra. We had our 4 fixed donation sites across the county, and we wanted to sort of recognise the fact that this was a change for the public, and that people had sort-outs during lockdown. They wanted to give to us, perhaps weren't able to get to one of those fixed sites, and we put the vans into play. And it's something we would like to actually do again. We're trying to now replan how we do donations for the foreseeable future. At the moment, a little pause.
And because of that 72-hour embargo when something's given to us, please don't, I think is the message, take your donations to our shops.
Absolutely.
But you can still come to the 4 big donation centres.
Absolutely. So we've got donation centres at Daniel's Lane in St Austell, which is where we are at the moment, at Truro, it's Pydar Street, St Clement's House in Pydar Street, at Bude, and also at Bodmin in Normandy Way. But all of those are set up in such a way that we can safely receive your donations, move them to one side, leave them to one side, and then process them afterwards. And that's something we can't safely do at the store. So yes, please, I know it's very different, and I know you want to give, and we are so grateful for that, but it is asking you to come to these 4 key locations for us.
But these are exceptional times, aren't they, Fraser?
Yes, and I think it's extremely difficult for us as a business, for all of our team, for the staff and volunteers, and for the customers. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. All we can do is take very small, very careful, considered steps as we start to reopen the business. We've been, as I said, incredibly blessed with the support for donations. We're hoping that will also apply to our stores. Business has been brisk at the stores that have opened, so we know that there are green shoots, and we just have to take our time. It's very different. We know that this year as a whole is going to take a lot of adjusting to. We need to amend all of our plans. We came off the back of our best ever year that ended in the financial year at the end of March, and then we suddenly drop away. But we're not alone. I think that's the point. We're not feeling sorry for ourselves. We're in it together. and we're trying to make sure that what we do is bring the business back as carefully and as steadily, that it is sustainable, that we can get back to those happy days of February and March, and we know that we can carry on making the monies we need to do to make the hospice function and carry on providing the services that they do and have done throughout the whole of lockdown.
Thank you. You're part of our amazing team, and what you've helped us achieve is keeping Cornwall's 2 adult hospices open 24/7 throughout this pandemic. Our key nursing workers have been there providing the care to terminally ill patients and their families at a horrible time. We really appreciate all your donations. And if you want to find out more about those shops that are open, where you can donate goods, our fundraising events and of course our care, please visit our website cornwallhospicecare.co.uk. And once again, thank you.